He's 8 pounds and 13 ounces when he was born, so a very big boy, 22 inches long. So again, big size there. So that was part of the issue. But we're really excited to have him. And if you didn't catch, his name is Luca, Luca, middle name August. Luca August, just to kind of honor some of the Italian heritage that both she and I come from in our families. My paternal side of my family has that Italian heritage, and her maternal side of the family has that. So, and actually August is the name of my great-grandfather. So another sort of tribute to our family and our heritage in that regard. But so since, I'm recording the class and I don't want to keep it terribly long, I want to just go right and enjoy some yoga with everyone. It's been a while since I've been able to actually get on the mat too. So we're going to take it relatively slow and light this morning. So if you need something, feel free to send it via the chat box if you're in the Google Meet. And if you're streaming the class on YouTube, you should also be able to leave a comment as we go along. And I'll do my best to pay attention to any chat boxes that come up, but I already know that one of our participants has a little bit of a stiffer back, so we might do some poses to help alleviate some of that tension in the back. And I know that in the gentle class we've been doing at the Westminster School, isn't full of vinyasas, not full of some of those wild chaturangas and crazy poses that our other instructor Sud does. So we'll keep it relatively gentle, maybe do more of a yin focus today, because I also have some stiffness in my joints. Tribute to all the parents out there for bending over and picking up their kids and holding them. I can feel it in the shoulders and feel it in the back now. I'm in the club, so to say. So let's address some of that tightness in our back and our hips with a nice vinyasa flow today. Or excuse me, not vinyasa, but yin flow today. So I'm going to sit back a little bit so that I'll be, more in the frame. So feel free to make yourself into a comfortable seat on your yoga mat. And we'll just start with a centering practice like we normally do. If you've taken my classes before, right, we typically will find a comfortable seat and do breath awareness. So we'll start that way now. So you don't have to sit cross-legged. This pose is called Sukhasana with your ankles crossed. You can sit with your legs out in front of you. Since we're at the comfort of our home, you can lean back against a wall. If you have a wall close to you, if you're in a bedroom or in a living room, sitting back against a couch can be a nice way to keep yourself upright and alert while still letting your body be a little bit more relaxed in a reclined position. So we're going to close our eyes and begin to turn our attention maybe to the superficial awareness. We won't go inside just yet, but just superficially, what do we feel on our skin? What do we notice in the environment? Obviously, you hear my voice. You might hear some of the melodic handpan music coming through the speakers, or maybe even in your own environment, you can hear other people in adjacent rooms, or if a window is open, the nature outside, or maybe if you're in an urban area, some cars moving by, trucks, and that. So notice the nose, maybe there's still the smell of breakfast or coffee, and maybe that's also apparent in the mouth, any sort of taste or texture in the mouth. And even though the eyes are closed, right, we can still sort of be aware of color or that sort of sensation of light through the eyelids. And if you squeeze your eyes really tight, right, it gets really dark. And then if you relax your eyelids, maybe lift the eyebrows without opening the eyes, right, we get kind of a orange, maybe red, purple sort of hue that comes through. So again, just noticing the superficial environment around us. All of these sensations are going to talk to our inner voice. We're going to be interacting, that inner sense of awareness, interacting with the external world. We have opinions about the world, right? Judgments, expectations. right? If the physical body doesn't feel good somewhere, we might have a judgment about the body, right? We might not like, a shoulder. If its shoulder's real tight, we might not like our back if our back is tight, or hips or legs, knees. So let's try to let that language go and just be in awareness of each sensation as it comes and as it goes. As soon as we put that language aside and watch the sensations, either the sounds, the tastes, the smells, the textures of the body, even the light in the eyelids, all of these sensations we will begin to notice are evolving. They're constantly changing. Nothing really is as solid as we think it is, right? Even a super stiff joint at some point eases up a little bit. So give yourself that space to feel that transition from moment to moment, to feel the change. And so as we're noticing these transitions, the mind will start to settle down a little bit. And to help expedite the settling of the mind, right, we can give the mind something to do. And like I said, if you've taken my classes before, we're always focused on the presence of the breath. So start to turn your attention and awareness maybe to the nose. If you have a stuffy sinus, it's hard to breathe through the nose, you can breathe through the mouth, but just be aware of those textures and sensations as your body draws air in and as that air goes out. Right? We should feel a coolness to the air as we bring it in, and there's going to be maybe a warmth, maybe a moisture that we can perceive as the breath goes out. So inhaling and exhaling, just being aware of the breath, letting the mind settle down. And then there's one more step, of course, that we can use to help the mind settle down, and that is controlling the breath. Right? Our breath is intimately tied with our nervous system. So start to control your breath in a very peaceful, balanced way. In terms of the yoga practice itself, the physical practice, we want to cultivate peace and balance within our body, peace and balance within our lives. And so we can start planting the seed of peace and balance with our breath. So turning your attention to that controlled breath, you're inhaling and exhaling in a very balanced and peaceful way. Right? Notice the shoulders lighten as you breathe in. Let the crown of the head sort of soar towards the ceiling. Good. And as you exhale, maybe bring the chin to the chest. Let's start to move our neck. So chin to chest as you exhale, and then inhale, bring our left ear over to the left shoulder. And then as we exhale, come right back down, chin to chest. Good. Switch sides. Inhaling, right ear to right shoulder. And then as we exhale, coming right back down. Good. Inhaling, left ear, left shoulder. If you're opposite of me, that's totally fine. If you want to do full circles, do full circles. But breathe, right? Control your breath. Plant the seed of peace, of happiness, of balance by breathing slow, breathing with peace, moving our body in a balanced way. Good. We'll do two more on each side. If you've made circles with your neck, make sure that you go the opposite way a few times, again, to cultivate balance. Good. All right, last inhale for me. As we exhale, we're going to slowly bring the chin down to the center of the chest. Keep the chin down. Take your hands to the floor next to your seat. Just walk your fingers as far away as you can, keeping the arms straight. We're going to work into our shoulders by inhaling and reaching both arms up overhead, looking up with our chin. And then as we exhale, bringing the hands down, looking down with your chin. Good. So inhaling, arms lift and rise up with your breath, looking up with your chin. Exhaling, bringing the arms down, chin down. Good. Let's do 2 more. Big inhale, reaching up. And exhale, bringing it down. Good. Last time, big inhale, reaching up. And exhale, bringing it down. All right, from here, we're going to inhale and bring our arms out horizontally and just bend at your elbows, making a nice scarecrow cactus arms. So as we inhale, we're going to be bringing our elbows and arms as far back as we can, squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting up with your chin. So let that back work this morning. We're inhaling, pushing elbows back, hands back. And now as you exhale, round your spine, bring the elbows, palms together, tuck your chin just a little bit. So sort of in the flexion and extension of our back as we open our shoulders and our chest. Inhaling and exhaling. Let me just turn to the side so you can kind of see what's going on in the upper body. So we're inhaling, arcing and lifting the chest, a nice extension through the back. And as we exhale, coming into a flexion. Inhaling, opening, lifting the chest. And exhaling, rounding, closing the chest. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. We should start to feel some warmth in the shoulders and the upper back. That's exactly what we want here. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in. Open our chest. Open the front side of the body. Squeeze those shoulders. Exhale and bring it together. Good. As you inhale, open nice and wide the arms horizontally again. With an exhale, bring our right hand down. Inhale and sweep our left arm up, bicep to the ear. And with an exhale, lean over to your right side. Good. So we're going to get a nice lateral extension through our body. Good. Inhale, follow a breath in, reach both arms up, switching left hand down as you exhale, reaching that right arm over. Try to keep your seat, right? So don't let the hip lift up. Keep the seat fixed to the floor. Inhaling up and exhaling to the side. Feels so nice. Good. Those connections with our hip to our lower back, the quadratus lumborum, very deep muscle that connects the hip to the lower lumbar spine. Helps stabilize the hip. We also have a very big muscle along the side of our arm here called the latissimus dorsi. Right, nice long stretch through that. And we're also getting into the ribs. We have intercostal muscles that help with our breath. So as you breathe in with an exhale, we're going to be stretching through those costal muscles. Good. One more time on each side. Big inhale. We're going to exhale, go over to the right. And now last time, over to our left. So inhale, big breath up. And exhale over. Good. As we inhale, bring that right arm up. We're going to exhale both hands behind us, just so that we can lean back and release our legs. So take your legs right out in front of you. I know that you might not be able to see my feet, but just legs are extended, and all you're going to do is bounce the knees, maybe circle the ankles. So I'm circling my ankles, getting into the feet, to the lower body. Good. Switch directions with your circles. You can kind of see the direction of my feet just by watching the knees there. Just circling. Awesome. Good. Bounce the knees again. And just let's work into our kneecaps. So you're going to take your hands, make little cups with your fingers, encase your kneecaps, and let's go ahead and massage the kneecaps around just a moment. Just to loosen the legs, loosen up the knees. Good. It's very easy for us if we, pretty active, even walking, we can get tight in our knees. Sitting cross-legged, we get tight in our knees. It's a nice way to loosen that up since the quadriceps connect the lower leg to the upper leg through the patellar tendon right here. Good. So take the feet, we're gonna just put the heels on the floor. So turning to the side, all I have is a nice 90-degree bend in my knees, using my hands to support my upper body, not letting myself slouch. And we're gonna windshield wiper the legs side to side, working into these outer hip connections, the external rotators and stabilizers of our hips. Now, as you do this, try not to let the hip come up too much. I mean, you do what you'd like at home. Be mindful, listen to your body, right? You want to find, again, that peace and happiness and balance in your body. So if one side feels a little tighter, you want to hang out there and breathe. That's completely fine and up to you. Good, just working into those hip joints. It's a ball and socket, so this joint should be able to move fairly robustly. The knee, being a hinge joint, can only kind of go in one direction, whereas the hip makes circles forwards and backwards, side to side. Right, so we want to encourage as much movement in those joints as possible, based on the type of joint that it is. All right, so slowly bring the soles of the feet together, and we're going to move into a Baddha Konasana position. So soles of the feet are together. You're going to pull the heels in slightly. We're going to use our hands, interlacing the fingers, and grab these outer edges, blades of the feet. Now try not to slouch so much. I know some of us might have the knees up if we've got some tight inner thighs, but just sit up as tall as you can. Use your hands to pull the chest and spine upright. So take a big breath in. Now, as you exhale, use your hip muscles to push the knees towards the floor. We're not folding forward. So you're just sitting tall, and you're using these outside of the hip muscles, right, to push those knees down as far as you can. Good. Keep breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Do 2 more. Big breath in. And big breath out. Now we will fold forward. So last time, big inhale. Keep those shoulders rolled back. As you exhale, using your hands, pull the chest forward. And then if it's possible, elbows can press into your inner thighs to help you come down a little bit more. So from the side, again, what this is going to look like, we're not letting ourselves round too much as we can, keeping that back straight as we fold forward. Should feel a nice little stretch on the insides of the thighs. Now, if there's a little issue in the knees, you can take the feet out a little bit farther. That might help alleviate some of the pressure from the knees. All right, but again, listen to yourself. Go as deep as you feel comfortable in your body. It's not a competition. Right? We are cultivating peace and happiness, and sometimes competition can get us riled up, can sort of agitate our energies. So just be happy with where you are, because where else would you be than where you are right now? Good. One more big inhale and exhale. As you inhale, slowly push away from the floor. Come on up. Close one knee or the other knee, but make your way into a tabletop position. All right, so we're going to be on hands and knees in the middle of our mat. All right, so hands are going to be underneath our shoulders here. Knees will be underneath your hips. And we'll, again, work into our hips here a little bit by swaying the hips side to side. Nice little sway back and forth. If you want to get your upper body into it as well, looking over your shoulder as you sway, right, we can work through that lateral motion that our spine allows. The spine, very wonderful group of bones, right? It allows so much different movement, very serpentine-like. So let's practice some of those serpentine movements with cat-cow. So finding a nice neutral position in tabletop. We're going to inhale and drop the belly, lift the chin, lift that tailbone as much as you can. Think about an old horse or cow, right? They call it cow back for a reason. And then as you exhale, chin to chest, tuck the tailbone. Good, nice scared cat position. So inhale, coming into our cow back. Exhale, coming into the cat back. Gonna do a couple more. Big breath in. And big breath out. Last time, big breath in. And big breath out. Awesome. We're going to work into our wrists for just a moment. But sometimes we forget to work into, that connection. So we're going to take the back of our left hand, place it onto the mat, and hopefully you can see this in the video, but we're straightening our arm as much as we can and rotating. We're doing what's called external rotation of the arm. So that means the elbow, the eye of the elbow, is trying to point towards the hip as the inside hinge of the elbow points forwards. So really pushing that top part of the wrist into the mat and letting that top part of our forearm get a stretch. Good. All right, switch sides. So we're going to place the back of the right hand onto the mat. And just to show, right, we're pushing down and trying to straighten that arm, really turning out that elbow joint. And again, our forearm right here, it rotates. We have the ulna and the radius right here, and they rotate so that we can twist things with our arms. And what's really cool about the extremities of the body, the arms and the legs, is that they are very similar to each other. The upper part of our limb is just one bone, and then the more distal part of that extremity is two bones. And then in our thigh, right, we have the femur, right, and then down here we have the tibia and fibia in the shin. Good. So slowly come right back into your tabletop. Let's get into the backs of our legs with downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, take an inhale, and as you exhale, pointing those heels straight back towards the floor. Let's lift the hips towards the ceiling. All right, pedal it out to begin with. Right, a little movement with the knees, the hips, the ankles. If you wanted to just circle one ankle, again, you're more than welcome to. Circle the other joint, the other ankle if you'd like to. So that's the cool thing about a yoga practice, is that there are different styles of yoga, but you don't have to be very strict about it. You don't have to follow a certain series of poses unless you really want to. It's really about you connecting with yourself and letting go of those things that are holding us back. So that can be physical tension, that can be mental, emotional tension. We're just connecting with ourselves. So connecting with ourselves in down dog, we're going to walk to the top of the mat and again find some length in the posterior side of our body here through the backs of the legs in forward fold. So bend your knees a lot, grab the elbows. If you're holding onto those elbows, maybe some shrugs of the shoulders, maybe rocking of the neck. Then you can cross your arms the opposite way. Now, in all of my explanation of each pose and kind of what we're doing, don't lose your breath, right? You're always inhaling and exhaling in a very peaceful and balanced way, right? Planting that seed, watering the seed with our attention on the breath. So showering the seed with attention. And that seed, again, is balance, peace, happiness, balance. Okay, if you would like to, you can always cross your arms the opposite way. Again, cultivating balance. Right, if you had moved your legs in one way, try to move them a little bit the other way. Right, feeling nice and loose in our legs. Exhale, bring the hands down towards the feet or the floor, and gently walk your hands up the legs so that you can find yourself in a Tadasana mountain pose at the top of your mat. So just the way that my room is, I don't have the depth to show you at the top of my mat, so I'm going to stand back. But we're at Tadasana. So when you're standing up, take a big inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, roll those shoulders back. We'll do that a few times. Inhale, shoulders up, and exhale, shoulders back. Good. One more time. Big inhale, shoulders up, and exhale, shoulders back. Good. From here, pull down to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana, upward hand pose. As you exhale, fold forward so you can bend the knees, bring the hands down towards the feet. Good. As you inhale, we're going to come up halfway. So we call Ardha Uttanasana. So hands on the shins or the knees, flatten out your back. Big inhale here. And with an exhale, fold forward. Let's stand up again, just to create warmth in the body. We'll do that a few times. So inhaling the arms out to the sides and up, big breath in, Urdhva Hastasana. And as you exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Good, coming up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, big breath in, exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Good, sweep the arms out and up, one more time. Coming into our Urdhva Hastasana, big breath in, and then exhale, last time, forward fold. Good, very gently come up halfway, and we're gonna move into some light lunges. Part of the sun salutation is some lunges. So as we exhale, take that left foot to the back of the mat and lower down to your left knee. Okay, so we're gonna come up and down from this sort of sprinter position into low lunge. So each time that you come up, try to get a little deeper into the pose. So with an inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest, take the arms up, pushing firmly into your right leg. Arms reach up overhead, and then all you're gonna do is exhale and bring the hands back to the floor. Good. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, bring it down. Good, that's 2. Let's do 3 more, make it 5. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, big breath in, open our chest. Let's hang out here for just 3 breaths. Again, finding some depth into the pose. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Big breath in. And out. Last time. Big inhale. Good. Find downward facing dog. Exhale. Hands to the mat. Tuck those left toes if they're not already. And send that right foot back. Downward facing dog. Perfect. If you need some movement, make some movement. But we should feel a considerable difference in our left hip, the front part of our hip, versus the right. All right, let's make our way to that right side. So lower to your right knee, just keeping it gentle this morning. Right knee is on the floor. Left foot will come forward in between the hands. Right, that's our starting position. We're gonna inhale, bring the arms up for low lunge, low Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, starting position. Good, inhale, arms reach up, big breath in. Exhale, fingertips touch the floor. Good, big inhale. And big exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do 2 more. Big inhale, reach on up. Open that chest maybe a little deeper into the pose. Exhale, bringing it down. 1 more time. Big inhale, reaching up. Now hold it here. 3 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Breathe in. And exhale. 1 more time. Finding that big breath in. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Now make your way into forward fold. So tuck your right toes. Maybe transition, a little rock, but step that right foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Good, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, big inhale, and exhale, fold forward. Sweep your arms out to the sides and up, find your way into Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands alongside the body, arms down, close your eyes, and just check it, how you feel. Kind of like how we started our class, being aware of the superficial self, the physical self. And then always reconnecting with our breath, cultivating that balance. Awesome, good. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, bring the chin to the chest. We're going to move through some Hatha yoga poses. So as you inhale, open your eyes, take the arms out to the sides and up again. Big breath in. As you exhale, bring the palms together to the center of your chest. All right, so from here, we're going to just turn to our right. So you can't see my head, but all you're going to do is turn your body to the right. I'll turn this way actually so you can see. All right, take your right foot and step it to the back of the mat. All right, turn your left foot back to the front for warrior two. So hips, shoulders, upper body is facing this right long side of the mat. We're going to inhale, arms up over the legs. Look at your left hand as you exhale and bend your left knee. So this is a warrior two position. We got a bend, a lunge in our left leg. Now if you have some knee issues, you can always bring it back just a little bit, straighten the leg as much as you need to. It's okay to keep your left leg straight. All right, but let's flow from warrior two to just reaching the arms up from that starting position. So as you inhale, straighten the left leg, reach our arms up. As you exhale, find warrior two. Inhale, come up. Exhale, warrior two. Good. 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, big breath in. Now let's hold warrior two for 5 breaths. So exhale, bend the left knee, looking over those left fingers, stretching through the arms. Inhale. And exhale. Good, breathe in. And out. In. And out. Good. Last time, big breath in. And out. Straighten that left leg. Inhale the arms up. Turn your left foot to this right side of the mat. And now wide leg forward fold. Arms out to the side as you exhale. Pushing those hips back. Bring the hands to the floor. All right, so since we're at home, maybe we have yoga props. You've bought some for yourself. You can always use blocks under your hands to keep your back upright. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can do a stack of books or anything, again, that's going to bring the floor a little closer to you. And then if you always want to go deeper into the pose, right, don't use the blocks. You can grab your elbows and let your upper body kind of dangle here. We call Pasarita Padottanasana, the wide leg forward fold. Good. Just let the backs of the legs open up. Good. 2 more breaths in. And out. Let's do this one more time. Big breath in. And out. Wherever you are, bring your hands to your hips. Squeeze your inner thighs as you inhale. Come back up. Turn the right foot to the back of the mat. And we're going to do that warrior two little flow here. So inhale, arms up horizontally. Wrists might match up with your ankles. We're going to exhale, bend that right knee for warrior two. So look at your right hand. I know I'm looking towards the camera just so that you can see the position here, but we're inhaling, straightening the right leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, nice and slow. Exhale. Good, a few more, big breath in. And out. Good, 2 more, big breath in. And out. 1 more time, big inhale. Good, hold warrior two, 5 breaths. Right, we use the word asana. Asana means a steady and comfortable pose. So you want to feel that you can hold this pose. You should feel comfortable. And maybe a comfortable challenge, right? We don't want to just be super relaxed, or your arms are relaxed, you're all slouched and not doing anything. But be comfortably firm, steady, and poised. Good, find one more big inhale. That's about 5 breaths. Exhale as we inhale, straighten that right leg. Reach your arms up, turn your right foot to the side here so we're facing the long side of the mat. Exhale your hands behind the back. We're going to inhale and straighten our arms just to show a little side profile. Straighten your arms as you inhale. Exhale again, the wide leg forward fold, reaching those arms up as far as you can. Good, so this just provides different variation for the wide leg forward fold. Opens up the front of our chest a little bit more, what we call the anterior part of our deltoids. Maybe even into our pectoral muscle, the chest muscle. Breathe. Good, take one more inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bring the hands to the hips and then to the floor. All right, now we'll move into some yin poses. We're going to move into lizard pose. We're going to go to our left foot. I'm going to turn towards the camera just so we can see. But you're going to walk your hands to your left foot. Good. Bend your left knee. And we should be able to drop the right knee back to the mat, almost like lunge, right? Low lunge. But the difference is our hand is on the inside of our left foot, and our left knee should be towards the outside of our left shoulder. So open your chest with a big inhale. You can stay here on your hands if your wrists are bothering you. I know we opened them up earlier, but maybe we still have some issue with the wrist. You can be on your knuckles just to keep a straight wrist, or you can always lower to your elbows here. So maybe come down to your right elbow and left elbow, and we'll get a nice deep stretch on the inside of our left inner thigh, the adductor muscle group, as well as the front of our right hip here. It's psoas muscle. Good, breathe, slow breath in, and slow breath out. Remember, asana means steady, comfortable pose. So as you're here, try not to fidget. It's very easy in a yoga pose to kind of move around a little bit, but commit yourself to it, at least for 3 to 5 breaths, and see if what happens when you commit to being still in the yoga pose. Good. Okay, we're going to transition to our other leg. But we'll do that by stepping forwards with the right foot, stepping back with our left foot. So as you inhale, if you're down on your elbows like me, we're going to make our way back up onto our hands, tucking the right toes, step your left foot back. Good. If you need to pedal it out a little bit, pedal the feet, shake the hips, and now switch sides by stepping the right foot to the outside of your right hand. Now, if it's hard to just step there, you can always lower to your knee first. So that would be lowering to our left knee and stepping the foot. Now, if you do that, you might have to work your left knee back a little bit to get deeper into the pose. So make sure left knee is back. We want a nice extension through this left hip. Start with a big open chest. Maybe this is where we stay. And again, if our wrists bother us, come onto the knuckles, almost like a gorilla. Right, breathe into the pose and find the depth that you want. But commit yourself to it. And remember, shower that seed of peace and happiness with a controlled inhale and exhale. Right? We want to promote peace, happiness, balance in our body. And the seed is the breath, that controlled, balanced breath. Ultimately, it will bring balance and peace into our bodies because it's associated with our nervous system. So a relaxed nervous system, is a relaxed body. And ultimately, our mind becomes relaxed as well. Good. Take one more big inhale. And exhale, slowly come back up onto your hands. All right, so we worked into our inner hips, the front of our hips, and now we're going to move into a low yoga squat called garland pose, malasana. So we're going to tuck the left toes and step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. So I'll just turn to the side so you can see, but feet are wider than your hips. We should be able to squat down, almost like we're a little kid playing on the floor with some toys. If your heels aren't touching here, that's fine. You can be off of the heels. Use your hands for support. Just keep those knees open. And again, we should be feeling that depth really deep on the inside of our hip here. Now, if it's possible, you can take your hands off the floor. Maybe we'll put our palms together and use those elbows to really open the chest. There's some other options here. By opening our chest further, you can take your right hand, bring the fingertips to the floor in the same direction that your toes are pointing, and we'll inhale and lift our left arm up and reach up, open the chest. Again, getting a nice openness in our chest and the inside of that right leg. As you exhale, you can switch sides. So left elbow pushes the left knee open, fingertips to the floor. Inhale and reach that right arm up. Good, big inhale. All right, as you exhale, bring your fingertips to the floor and walk the hands behind your hips. Have a seat on the yoga mat. All right, bring, like we were doing at the beginning of class, heels on the floor, 90-degree bend of the knees. Begin to windshield wiper the legs side to side. So we should feel nice and open on the insides of the legs. And we'll get to the outsides here by doing a reclined pigeon pose in just a moment. But take your legs straight. We're going to bend our right knee and place the right foot to the inside of our left thigh. Try to keep your knee towards the floor. And we're going to fold over this left leg for Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. So with an inhale, reach both arms up, big inhale. This nice power pose here. As we exhale, fold forehead to knee. And what I mean by power pose is any time that you are standing up or seated, but you take your arms up like a Y, it actually builds confidence, right? So if you're about to do something, go on stage, or have to talk to a group of people, or whatever it is that we need, maybe that extra push of confidence, you can breathe for a couple minutes with your arms up in a Y position, a little power pose to help build that confidence. But we are folded forward, forehead to knee, getting in the back of just that left leg, Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Breathe. Good. Take one more inhale and exhale. We will switch sides. So as you inhale, reach both arms up. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to the sides. Let's go ahead and straighten our right leg, switching. So left foot to the inside of the right. Right, sitting up tall, you can see I kind of moved my seat a little bit. So you want to make sure that those bones at the really deep part of our hip, I would call them ischial tuberosity, they're sits bones, they're connected to the floor. Inhale, reach both arms up, coming into this nice little power Y pose, and then as we exhale, folding into Janu Shirshasana, head to knee. Now, while you're here in the forward fold, explore your inhale and exhale. Your inhale should be lengthening through the back, and the exhale, we're surrendering the upper body closer to the legs. So we're inhaling, creating length, exhaling, and folding forward. Good, just a few more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Perfect. Last time. Big breath in, lengthen through the spine. Exhaling, and now come up. So inhaling, taking those arms up. Big breath in, open the chest. As you exhale, hands return to the floor. All All right, now before we make our way onto the back, let's do one more time for the insides of the legs. So take both legs as wide as you can for our seated forward fold. Now what I'm going to do is place my hands behind my hips here, lift the hips slightly, and see if I can get my legs a little wider. So scoot, scoot, scoot. You don't have to go as wide as me, of course, right? But just use your hands, and that might be enough for you. All right, so a couple options. Keep your hands behind you, just lean the chest forward. If your shoulders are in front of your hip joint and you have a straight back, then maybe place the hands in front of you. And then allow your hands to crawl as we fold a little bit more deeper into the pose. Good, breathe, inhale. And exhale. Slow breath in and out. And what's amazing about this wide leg forward fold is that you could also go leg to leg. So let's just give that a try for a moment. We're going to slowly come on up. Keep the legs as wide as they are. Bring your right hand out to the right shin or to the inside or outside of the leg. That's going to be your choice. We're going to inhale and lift our left arm up, bicep to the ear, and as we exhale, reaching over the body, a little out of the frame, but we're trying to maybe bring the toes, or excuse me, the feet to the toe. Right, so we're reaching over and twisting the body open. If this doesn't feel good, right, just stay up a little higher. Reach through the pinky side of that left hand, trying to create length from that left hip through the left side of the body. Again, the quadratus laborum back there. Good. Inhale, slowly come up. We're going to exhale, left hand again, outside of the shin, top of the shin, inside of the leg. Your choice. But inhale, reach that right arm up, and exhale, reach over the body, fingertips maybe touching the toes. If you are able to get yourself down to this position, we want to turn our body open towards the ceiling. Good, so breathe, inhale. And exhale, a couple more breaths in and out. Again, just to show a modification, you don't have to go that deep. Last time, inhale and exhale. As you inhale, we're going to swing our arm up. Good, exhale. Bring the right hand behind you, left hand behind you. You're going to scoop the fingertips behind the knees. Allow the soles of the feet to come together. And then grab the legs, rock onto your backs. All right, so from our backs, we have our knees in towards the chest, hands on top of your kneecaps. Go ahead and make circular motion with the hips, the legs, to massage our lumbar spine, the sacral spine as well, the hips. And then switch directions. You might feel a little movement in the sacrum, right? So some people, actually the whole sacrum, all those vertebrae down there, they fuse together. Other people have a little looser connection. You might feel that depending on who you are. So we're going to do a reclined pigeon to get the outside of our hips. So bring the left foot to the floor, cross your right ankle over the left thigh. Keep the knee as far away from you as you can. We're going to bring this left thigh into the body. Use your hands to grab behind that left leg and hug it in. All right, keep your right foot flexed. You can see that in here. My toes, I'm pulling the toes back with the strength of my foot towards the knee, keeping that right ankle engaged. And that just helps protect our knee a little bit here. And we're just trying to draw, again, this left quadricep into our abdomen. Good. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, relax that left foot down to the floor. Uncross the legs. Good. Soles of the feet onto the mat. Maybe a windshield wiper now, side to side. You don't have to go all the way to the floor with your knees. Just be a little bit. It's up to you. All right, right, let's switch sides with the reclined pigeon. So again, just line your body up so that the heels are in line with your hips. We're going to take our left ankle here and cross it over the right thigh, and keeping that left knee away if possible. We're going to bring that right quad in, hug it into the body with an exhale. So you can see I'm using my left arm. I'm actually reaching in between the legs, this little space, figure 4 that's being created. Left hand, right hand interlace behind the right leg to hug it in. Now, depending on how you feel, some folks, I've seen it where they keep that right leg straight and you reach over the left leg to grab. So again, that's completely up to you, whatever feels most comfortable, ergonomically accessible for your body. Right, listen to that. Good, breathe slow, inhale. And exhale, surrender into the pose. Let those stiff muscle tissues just surrender, right? There's a mental component to the tension that we have in our body. So again, that seed that we planted of peace and happiness, we're showering it with the breath. And that breath, we breathe into perceived tension. We exhale out that tension and growing, right? Growing that peace and happiness in our bodies. Awesome. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, we're going to lower the right foot back to the floor. Uncross the legs. Just gently rock the knees side to side. Okay, just a simple reclined twist here. I want you to straighten your left leg towards the floor. So left leg is long. Bring the right knee into the chest and give it a hug when you exhale. Your left hand holds to the right knee as you just twist your lower body to the left. So that means that your upper body doesn't move. Both shoulders are flat against the floor. And as we exhale, just rolling to the outside of our left hip here. Now you can't see the right side of my body, but I'm extending my right arm out to the side. And so I get a nice open pectoral muscle reaching through the fingers, maybe even looking at that right thumb. Okay, switch sides. Bring your right leg up very slowly. Lower the right foot to the floor and then straighten the right leg. If you need to recenter your hips, but let's do the left side now. So bring the left knee into the chest. Inhaling here, we exhale, give it a hug. Right hand, hold the knee. And then as you exhale, just the lower body twisting to the right. So we're exhaling, using your right hand. Your right hand is supporting the knee or helping it to go deeper. Left arm is stretched out to the side, spread the fingers, looking towards the thumb, letting that lower body relax. Good. Just a few more breaths in. And out. 2 more in. And out. Good. Final breath. Inhale. And exhale. Use your right hand if you need to for that support. Bring the leg up. And now both knees. I want you to bring both knees up into the body. So bend the knees. Inhale. See if you can wrap around the shins as we exhale. And just hug it in nice and close. If you'd like to rock a little side to side, that can give you a nice massage for the muscles that are on the outside of the spine, the erector spinae muscles. They can get pretty sore. If you want to do a little forwards and backwards, you can do that. But let's relax now the feet to the floor and then slowly straighten our legs. Let the arms rest alongside the body with the palms facing up. You may walk your shoulder blades closer together, coming into our corpse pose, Savasana. All right, so close your eyes, turn your attention inwards. We're going to do just a short Shavasana, right? Turning again, attention inwards. So let go of your body. Right, we do the yoga poses so that we're less attached to the physical self. Right, we do the slow breathing so that the mind is calmer. And now we want to turn inwards and connect with our essence of being, the deepest place possible that we can connect with. So if you still have some attachment to the body, that's fine. Breathe awareness into it. As you exhale, try to surrender, again, any little perceived tension, maybe in the face, in the neck, in the shoulders, the arms, the legs, wherever it is. Just let it melt into the floor, wherever you are, whatever position that you're in. Surrender your exhale, surrender the body. If you are still mentally active, right, you notice thoughts, memories coming up, right? Notice that there's a difference between the thought that comes up and the awareness of your own self, right? It's kind of like the thought and the memory is a clip, a movie clip, right? Just like you can go onto YouTube or whatever video service that you like to use, and you just watch a section of a movie. You're like, oh, I really enjoy that part of that movie. Let me watch that again. And that's pretty much what a memory is, right? We are watching a moment. We are not the memory. We are not the thought. So notice that. Step back from association. Just observe it come, observe it go. And what we want to do again is we want to connect with our innermost essence of being. So that place of existence within inside us, that awareness of existence. In yoga we call Sat Chit Ananda. The existence, the awareness of existence, and the bliss that comes from that awareness. And this essence, this true essence of being, the existence, consciousness, bliss, the Sat Chit Ananda, is always with us. Even when we are focused on our body, if the body feels good, the body feels bad, whatever wave we're riding, the depth of the ocean is always calm, right? There's always movement on top of the surface of the ocean. It can be really wild waves, thoughts and memories coming and going, right? But underneath the surface is always that depth of peace and calm. So letting our body go, letting the mind go is slowly placating the surface. We dive deep into ourself, and we connect again with that essence of being that's always peaceful, always calm, always present. No judgments, no expectations live there, just acceptance. All right, so anchoring ourselves into that peace, into that happiness. Begin to enliven your body with a little light movement of your fingers and your toes. And then notice, right, your attention wants to travel outwards. It wants to travel to this identity of the body, but try not to let that happen. Stay anchored with your inner peace, your happiness, the Sat Chit Ananda. As you take a bigger, fuller breath in, maybe breathe in that anchored peace and happiness into your body. Right? Feel bliss in your body. Rocking the head side to side, maybe moving the arms and the legs a little bit more. Enliven yourself into peace and happiness in each and every moment. So from your reclined position in Shavasana, gently bring the knees into the chest maybe one more time. Give yourself a hug, rocking side to side. Remember, there's only one of you here, right? It seems as if we only have one life to live, so we might as well live it in the highest and best way possible. So give yourself a break, cut yourself some slack, show yourself unconditional love, always aspiring to be the best version of yourself, and be, as the guru of my guru would say, a smile millionaire. So keep a smile on your face, be rich in happiness despite whatever poverty we might be externally. You're always rich inside. So roll to your right and gently press into your left hand and come on up into a seated position, just like we started our session, cross-legged or leaning into something that's comfortable, but just sitting up nice and tall. Eyes are closed. Awareness on the breath. Let that breath again bring out your peace, your happiness. We're going to finish our class with a big audible sigh like we normally do. So just casually take a normal inhale. We're not sighing now, just a normal breath in. Let your lungs empty with an exhale. Now this next breath, big inhale. Hold the breath in as much as you can get in. Hold it. Sip some more in if we can. Open your mouth, bow your chin, and go chin to chest. Good. Shrug your shoulders. Shake your head, neck side to side. Gently begin to open your eyes. And we will have that as our Saturday yoga session today. I want to thank you so very much for coming. Obviously, I enjoy your presence, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.